Treasure hunting is not just for the pros. Some people, when they hear about gold or buried treasure, will immediately head for their metal detector and come to a field like this, or a beach, or old mine tailings, looking for riches. For others, though, the enjoyment comes in digging up a little bit of history. In 1906, a very tragic series of events took place in San Francisco. A great earthquake leveled the city. Any buildings left standing were soon consumed by a fire, which charred the city that remained. With more than 200,000 left homeless, tent cities soon sprang up in parks and public squares, including the largest public land in San Francisco, Golden Gate Park. For months, people lived in makeshift residences as their city was being rebuilt. During their stay in the parks, they deposited tons of misplaced coins and jewelry into the soil. It has sat there just beneath the topsoil for decades, until the advent of metal detectors. Known as the Peninsula Treasure Hunter, Greg Moscini is a regular here at the park. Whether it's hunting near Dutch Windmill or the Big Wreck area, his years of experience in Golden Gate Park have yielded some great finds. Yet his interest in treasure hunting began in a very different environment.
I got started back in 1978. I was on duty in a marked police unit working for the city of San Carlos. We were on the lookout for a armed robbery suspect. I spotted the vehicle, gave chase. He ran into some bushes, and after he was finally taken into custody, I reached for my keys and I didn't have my keys.
Greg went to his local electronics store and bought a toy detector to find his keys. With little luck, he put the detector in his closet and forgot about treasure hunting until 2 years later, when his father-in-law from Australia called him up.
And he said, "Greg, we're having a gold rush. They found this huge nugget with a metal detector, and I want you to pick me up an American metal detector." And I purchased a white 6000D Series 1 after doing some research. That seemed to be the best way to go, and off I went to Australia.
The White's dealer told Greg to test the detector when arriving in Australia for at least 30 minutes before he went into the outback. Greg was very surprised at the difference between this professional detector and the toy one he'd used before.
And before I knew it, that 30 minutes became 3 hours, became like, 30 hours, and I go, this is one heck of a detector. I was finding old coins, wheatbacks, and silver coins down deep. Nothing like that toy detector. So I got quickly very excited about the hobby, and when I came back to America, that's where I bought another White's for myself, and I got really into the hobby.
Golden Gate Park is a popular place to be on a sunny day in San Francisco, whether it's biking, walking the dog, sailing toy boats, taking a stroll with your honey, or resting your tired shell. This scenic environment is also conducive to treasure hunting. Today, Greg is trying out the Big Wreck area and strike silver.
This is one of these borderline targets. Now, it could be a bottle cap, and I'm not going to know until I plug it out. It did have a little bounce to it. Okay, unsuccessful. Let me double check it with my bullseye pinpointer. Still down there a little ways. Ooh, got it. Break the plug apart. It's there. I'm going to dump the rest in the hole. Oh, we got a silver war nickel. So Big Wreck scores silver.
Did you know that treasure hunting is not just a solo pastime anymore? The Peninsula Treasure Hunter, Greg Moscini, has found a way to turn his favorite pastime into a competitive sport.
Here in San Francisco Bay Area, we have several clubs, and periodically they'll have what they call competition hunts. These are timed hunts, usually about 30 to 40 minutes, and the idea is to go out there and get as many targets as you can. Sometimes they have what they call a deep competition hunt, where the grand prize is kind of deeper than a lot of the surface targets. Sometimes they have a marked penny hunt for prizes.
All in all, Greg is in this hobby to stay.
I can tell you that I've had a lot of hobbies that have come and gone, and metal detecting by far has been the most exciting. You never know what you're going to find in the next sweep. It's got health benefits of getting out in the open air. You found some interesting targets. That could be watches, pendants, coins. Whatever people have, they lose it, and they are waiting to be rescued and recovered before they oxidize out of existence.